Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing a handful of games from college football Week 15. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, who's going to cover Tulane and Temple. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Yeah, thank you, Peter.
All right, Joe, before we get to it, quickly give a plug for OffshoreInsiders.com and emphasize again the difference between what you do at that site and the games you cover in our videos.
You know, 100% of the time where I know a game that we're covering is going to be a premium play, I will tell you that up front. In many cases, they're not. In fact, in most cases, they're actually games that we pass on, etc. My premium plays, the games that I bet, and the only games I'd recommend you betting are at OffshoreInsiders.com. 27 years of winning in all sports. OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right, Joe. Well, Temple Tulane, you know, you take all these games that I ask you to take. Sometimes they're ugly games. And this one, I don't know. You know, Tulane is a 3.5-point home underdog here. The total's 43.5 or 44. Tulane's off a bye. A Temple win, though, makes them bowl eligible while, you know, Tulane is out of it. So I'm not really sure. I might research more into this closer to kickoff, maybe to find an edge if there is one. But, you know, I guess if you take the angle that Temple needs a win to be bowl eligible, maybe they'd have an edge here for that reason. Total's 43.5 or 44. What's your take on this game, Joe?
Well, no, actually, Peter, I would disagree with that because really the truth is if a team is in a must-win game this late in the year just to become bowl eligible, they're not very good. And in fact, they got off to a very nice start where they were 4-1 straight up, and they've only won one of their last 6 since. So that tells you that Temple's been in some must-win games before, and this is the true must-win in every sense of the word if they do want to play in the postseason, but they obviously haven't performed there. All in all, though, at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the under. Now, Temple is going under at a 7-4 rate. Now, some people would say, okay, you know, that's not really an overwhelming under team, but when you look at it a little bit further, all 4 games that they went over the total were by a combined 15 points, where conversely, 3 of their last 4 have gone under by 19.5 or more. And basically, you know, if you look at the beat writers at Philly.com, which is the Inquirer and Daily News combined, what do they keep talking about? How the defense has been spectacular and the offense has been terrible. Now, we got a low total here, so it's not quite that easy. Otherwise, it would be either money. But as I said, despite the low totals, the games have been going under. And Tulane also is going under 6 or 7 by an average of 11 points per game. So these are 2 very pedestrian teams. 2 teams, when you look at the yards per rush, yards per pass, yards per play, relative to what their team normally allows. Temple's above average on defense, below average on offense. And Tulane is terrible on offense and so-so on defense. So, yeah, despite the low total, under.
All right, Joe Duffy liking the under 44 in Temple Tulane. Thanks so much, Joe.
All right, thank you, Peter.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.